What is up, Tiger fans? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be recapping Clemson's 49-3 victory over in-state opponent South Carolina State. So Clemson came into this game as a 50-point favorite. This game was not expected to be close, and it was not close. So South Carolina State, they're of course an FCS school, and they play Clemson every 4 years, and this is just one of those games that is just sort of a tune-up game for Clemson. And that was very important with Clemson coming into this game after losing to Georgia. So Clemson was able to tune some things up on offense, but I'm not completely happy with the performance. So we'll start with the run game because I was very happy with how the run game performed for the Tigers. So we saw Will Shipley get 8 carries for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. Will Shipley looked extra explosive, and he's sort of giving me, and I know this is going to be very high praise, but he's sort of giving me Travis Etienne vibes with his first step explosiveness. Kobe Pace had a very good game, 7 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown. And then the guy that I want to talk about is Lynn J Dixon. So Lynn J only had 1 carry against Georgia, didn't play until the fourth quarter, and only had 4 carries in this game, 4 carries for 27 yards. Had a very good game. But it sounds like he is dealing with some disciplinary issues, and basically what Dabo Swinney has said is that he needs to grow up. So we need to see Lynn J Dixon on the field. We need to see him focused because this is still a Clemson team that's trying to win a national title, and his experience is going to be very, very valuable down the stretch. So I'm really hoping that he can get things together. There's been a lot of transfer portal rumors. Potentially he could be leaving, and that would really hurt this Clemson running back room because he brings that experience. As I mentioned, he might be our best running back right now, but he's only carried the ball 5 times this season. But I am excited about Shipley and Pace, and the offensive line stepped up in this game. They were much better than what they had been. Pass blocking and run blocking, they were much better than they were against Georgia. But this is a game against South Carolina State, so I don't want to get too excited. And nothing against South Carolina State, but they're a middle-of-the-pack FCS team that Clemson has no business having any issues with. And that's exactly how this game went. So the offensive line was great. The run game was great. I was so excited to see the running backs make an impact. And, we got to see Darian Rencher, Mikey Dukes. Mikey Dukes did have a fumble. And I don't know if something's up with Phil Moppa, 4-star recruit, true freshman, power back. I was really hoping to see him in this game. I'm not really sure where he is. Don't know if he's dealing with an injury. But I was surprised that we didn't see him. So if anybody has any information on Phil Moppa, feel free to let me know in the comments. But now we're going to get to the passing game. And DJ Uiagalelei struggled once again. 14-24, 171 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. And another pass that should have been an interception. So the interception came off of a screen pass. DJ just did not throw a good ball. And he showed some flashes. And that's why I'm saying it was another inconsistent outing. He showed flashes, made some good plays, but there were the bad plays too. There was the other pass, as I mentioned, that I think should have been an interception. And then there was the pass that actually was an interception. DJ made some pretty bad plays. And, he's just playing too inconsistent right now for Clemson to be up there as a national title contender. Now, I will say one thing that I was happy with, he ran the ball 5 times. And, of course, whenever you run your quarterback, there's the risk that they take a bad hit. And I think Dabo and the Clemson offense is worried about that. But DJ, his legs were not an impactful part of his game in the Georgia game. We saw that a little bit more. 5 carries, 23 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns for DJ in this game against South Carolina State. So as for backup quarterback Tyson Pumachon, coming off of an insanely quick Achilles tear recovery. 7 of 10, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Also threw an interception, but that was a great play by the defensive back, and maybe a slight miscommunication. But I wouldn't say that Pumachon outplayed Uiagalelei, but DJ really needs to step his game up. He's just not playing great right now, and the ACC is going to be a fairly easy conference for Clemson to have success against this year, but there are a couple tricky games, including that NC State game in 2 weeks, that could be really rough for DJ. He's got to step his game up. As for the receivers, the guys that were catching all these passes from Uiagalelei and Pumachon, Justin Ross scored his first touchdown back in over a season. Of course, he missed all of last year with the spinal condition. So he had a solid game, 3 for 52 and a touchdown. Joe Ngata followed up his strong performance against Georgia with 3 catches for 51 yards. Bo Collins, we saw him make some plays. Dakari Collins, I'm really excited about those two true freshmen. We saw Troy Stellato get a catch, hoping he can be the next big slot receiver for Clemson. Davis Allen got a couple of catches. Clemson really needs to use these tight ends more. I'm really looking forward to Braden Galloway and Davis Allen having an impact later on in the year. These guys could be super, super helpful for Uyunglele, who's obviously struggling right now. They could be super helpful for DJ just as sort of safety blankets, but Tony Elliott's got to draw up plays to get these tight ends involved. We saw Frank Ladson have a catch, and Joe had a couple catches, and EJ Williams, he's trying to play through a thumb injury, and hopefully he doesn't aggravate it at all. Only 1 catch for 10 yards. Of course, Clemson probably wanted him on a little bit of a limited workload, but I think right now we're just trying to protect EJ and make sure that he does not worsen his injury. And now for the South Carolina State offense against the Clemson defense. This is a pretty good matchup for the Clemson defense. Just to put it simply, I'm going to sort of rush through this because it's pretty simple. Clemson's defensive front dominated this game. South Carolina State, they just got dominated up front. They had 103 yards rushing, and they had some nice plays, and some of those were later in the game. But South Carolina State, they just did not stand a chance against this defensive front led by Tyler Davis, who was returning from COVID. You had Brian Brzee, Miles Murphy, all these stars up front. They were able to make plays in this game, and it was really an impressive game for the Clemson defensive front. We saw Jeremiah Trotter have a sack late in the game. Kevin Swint looks like an absolute beast, but we'll have to see him just make a bigger impact. But I'm excited about a lot of guys on this defense. R.J. Mickens had an interception early in the game, so that was nice to see R.J. Mickens make a big play. But even though Clemson did have an interception, South Carolina State was able to make some big vertical passing plays, and that's something that concerned me a little. The secondary played really well against Georgia, but they were able to, or South Carolina State was able to pull off some big passing plays. We saw, just a couple sort of like 20-yard gains around there, and that was a little concerning, but I'm not going to worry too much. But it was definitely a little concerning to see South Carolina State have that kind of success vertically, but still a very good game for Clemson's defense. This is without a doubt a top 5 defense in the country. Clemson wins 49-3, and that's pretty much all there is for this recap video. Pretty simple. Struggle for Uyunglele, but we got the run game going, and the defense is still amazing. So thank you guys for watching the video. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments, what did you think about this game? Clemson plays Georgia Tech next week. We'll have a preview coming for that later in the week. And I know that this video did not come out on Sunday. Usually these videos will come out on Sunday, but yes, I was a day late on the South Carolina State recap. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, check out my other channels in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Tigers.